All right, welcome back, guys. We apologize. We had a slight technical problem. It seems that we just lost power in the studio for a little bit. But we're back, and we're back for another 15 minutes. So thanks for bearing with us, everybody.
Yeah.
We were talking about this. Wow. Kelly, I was asking you about how you guys designed this, and if you could talk a little bit about, this is obviously very different from the upper world.
Yeah.
It's also obviously not inspired by Earth, I guess. To me, anyway, it looks so unique and so magical and stuff. Can you talk a bit about how you designed this and how you approach incorporating just the world's lore and things like this?
Yeah, of course. So the whole idea was to make it very different from the overworld. So I'm glad we succeeded. We wanted really to emphasize the sense of scale and monumentality, and play with those large forms, which are really readable from a distance.
Right.
Vistas are really fun to make because they aren't game design restricted. They just need to look good. But the main monument you saw in the middle, that was something we used throughout the environment. So a lot of celestial astral designs, which ties in with the narrative of people of the underworld loving the sky and loving the stars because they live underworld in the underworld.
No spoilers, guys.
No, a little bit of foreshadowing there for later in the story as well.
So expect a lot of sort of designs inspired by astrological instruments and things like that, which kind of make the space feel otherworldly and unique.
Yeah, with that moment in particular, we wanted that to be the step change for where you get a little tease that you're somewhere a bit different with the corridors beforehand. But then that Vista moment is the suddenly now you're in a different world.
I believe the brief for Vista was this is the first time we see this world in its full glory. Make it amazing, no pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks incredible. So often, obviously putting the concept art into the game, we talked a little bit about how it feels to live inside this. Based on what you were playing before, Will, and what Glenn's doing now, if you, I find it, for people who don't understand how you make a game, right? You guys make a world, but they're making a world that feels good to play in. It's something completely different, and we saw you doing a lot of things that looked very cool. I wonder if you could talk about how the level design or the structure of how players move through levels was incorporated into the environment design itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean that sort of getting it comfortable, getting it feeling good. That's where we start.
Right.
So all of the levels that you're seeing now, they started as what we call blockouts that are, essentially just made of cubes. We'll have a big giant square placeholder for statue goes here.
Yeah.
But what we're focusing on that stage is trying to get the gameplay feeling good, and we're literally looking at everything from how a jump feels and what a little narrative beat like this feels like, to how far apart the grips are, and making sure that the grip from one to another feels comfortable and that you're not overstretching all the time, and making it really as obvious as we can when you're supposed to sort of climb up or when you're supposed to fling, but also making sure that we've got a fair amount of player agency in there as well, so you can tackle a climb in the way that you want to tackle it, the way you're more comfortable doing it. So really that feeling of the gameplay has been a consideration from the very inception of these levels, and then we've just iterated on it over time as level designers and then with the artists as well, so that as all of this beautiful artwork comes in, we don't sort of lose any of that. And so it's been a real collaborative effort to get them playing and looking as good as they do together.
And it does look good. This is a great point here then. So this is our bow, which looks very cool. This has been seen a lot on socials for sure and a lot of trailers. We've had a question in the chat that I think we can probably address here then is, I'm sorry I can't remember your name, but someone was asking about what kind of weapons we get. They're a Synapse fan, and obviously there's telekinesis in that game and superpowers. We've already established Rosa is not a superhero.
No.
But I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about some of the tools, including the bow that we get, and what players can expect to find.
Yeah, absolutely. So most of the abilities and things that you're going to get in Reach come from the tools that you pick up, as opposed to powering up your player. So you've got things like the bow here, and while you won't see it here, you've got different arrow types that do different things, like explosive arrows, stun arrows, so you can stun these enemies. And when you've stunned them, you can steal their weapons and that sort of thing. And then as you go along, you'll also get permanent upgrades. So, relatively soon after this, you'll be getting a throwing shield, which I think is my personal favourite weapon. So you can use that offensively or defensively. You could summon it with either hand and chuck it or defend yourself. You can also use it for climbing, so like chuck it into certain slots on a wall, and then you can use it to climb up a gap that otherwise would have been too far.
Yeah.
We use it in puzzle solving. What else have we got? We've got the grapple the grapple drones, which come along a little bit later, and you can use those to traverse the environment really, really quickly. And a lot of these tools have like multiple uses as you go, or can be used in slightly different ways. I'll let Glenn do a stealth kill here. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! Sorry, dude. You're having it.
So you can, if you're more skilled than Glenn, do a stealth takedown there. If you're feeling really up to it, Glenn, you could try it on the next enemies. But yeah, so as I was saying, a lot of these tools and things that we give you have like multiple uses, or there'll be like a basic use and then a really skilled use. So with the grapple hook or the grapple drones, you can hook to a bar and grab it at the end, or you don't have to grab it and you can do like sort of chain your zip lines together.
That's my favorite.
alternating
I
hand
love
on
doing
hand,
it.
And
Oh.
Yeah, it's great. And then when you get to string all of those tools together, and there's like a few other little abilities and things you pick up later on that I've not mentioned. Once you've got all of those together and you're combining them in combat and traversal, like everything just really sings and it feels amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it seems like the thing that's coming across the most is both in the way that, you were approaching just the non-combat levels moving around, and then also the interactions and the combination of tools, is that players are really going to feel like they can express themselves within the toolkit that has been given to them and really like find a play style and like find combinations that they want, right?
100%. Yeah, I mean, I'm like I just said, I'm going to sound like a one-track record. I love the shield. But like you can get to a point like if you really, really like the shield, you can combine that with your bow in combat, like throw the shield to stun an enemy momentarily to give yourself a second to pull your bow out and get a couple of shots in. Likewise, like you can ricochet it off the side and have it sort of hit an enemy around a corner or behind a pillar or whatever. If you're really, really bow heavy, then you can obviously focus on that and try and rapid fire. And there's a few abilities you'll pick up down the line that make your bow shot a bit more powerful if you hold it for a certain time. And then we have the special arrows that let you steal enemy weapons, so you can do that, and then you can store them for later use. So you can in some combats you might even have like a weapon stored and weapons that you can steal, and you do the whole combat with the enemy's own weapons. So yeah, it's really kind of up to you to find your flow in combat and what you like, and then you can do more of it and tailor your playstyle to that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just like this, right? Like we've got these arrows here that allow us to climb up and like have that interaction between the tool and the environment design, right? Okay, then before we have to go, because we've got a game to launch, from the two of you, I guess Cleaner first maybe, what was your favourite part of working on this game, and what are you most looking forward to players experiencing?
I think creating the world, like the visual aspect of creating a unique, very surprising and whimsical world was very, very exciting. It was incredibly challenging because whenever you create something completely new, the amount of reference is more limited than when you try to copy something. But I think we really achieved our goals, and I think the players will be very excited to explore the world we created, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. I hope they'll really immerse themselves and enjoy looking at stuff instead of just running through the game.
I think like for me probably the most rewarding part has just been seeing everything come together. Like there was no like the first moment where I'd blocked out a level and then I saw concept art of it, or I saw like the first art pass of it. Those were like amazing moments of just like seeing something that you've brought up in your head, then other people have come and brought it to life, and that just felt amazing. In terms of what I'm looking forward to seeing people do, I'm keen to see them enjoy the game, like especially some of those set pieces that we have.
Yeah.
You know, the terror core that we've seen in some of the trailers, some of the set pieces
Yeah.
around there. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing people enjoy it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to stop here then, Glenn. I know we're eager to show more people, but I think we should. Oh, I wonder what this could be.
To be continued.
To be continued. Right. Thank you to everyone in chat for coming and joining us today. We are going to go and press the big launch button and get this game out in the wild. As I promised, there will be an opportunity to win some cool merch and some deluxe edition codes, assuming you don't already have one. Stay tuned for those on our Discord server and our socials from tomorrow and from next week. Some of the devs here, maybe some of the ones you haven't seen, will be judging some stuff you do for us on competition. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Guys, do you want to say any final words to your budding players before we go and press the launch
Sorry
button?
about not actually ripping the spinal column out. Sneaking up, and then obviously it was just a bit too cheeky, a bit too loud, and yeah, they all ended up like a bit loud. But yeah.
I think for me, just enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Not
Play,
so simple.
play the game and enjoy it.
Play the game.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, the key thing there is just it is the experiment with it.
Yeah,
Have a play. It is that VR first immersion. We want to give players agency, so use it. Have a good time with it.
Great. All right. Well, thanks to everyone for joining us. Look straight down the camera. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Play Reach. Play Reach. We'll
See
see you
ya.
soon. Bye.